and welcome to Chef's Choice with Citizens Gas. I'm Rachel and I'm here today at Clark Appliance in Castleton with Chef Ben Lierman. Chef Ben, what are we cooking up today?
Well, today I thought we'd do a variation of the traditional green bean casserole that's so common on the Thanksgiving table. I thought we'd do something where we could lighten this up a little bit, and we're actually going to do it in a stir-fried fashion instead of the traditional casserole dish.
Great.
In the dish, we're going to do fresh green beans as opposed to the canned ones that we see in the casserole a lot. We've got an assortment of fresh wild mushrooms here.
Fabulous.
Instead of the cream of mushroom soup.
Okay.
We've got some fresh garlic and shallots sliced up here that we're going to caramelize in our wok a little bit.
Okay.
And then we're going to finish it. Of course, it wouldn't be Thanksgiving if we didn't get a little fat and calories in there, so we're going to finish it with a little heavy cream, butter, and some sherry wine.
I say it's the holidays, so bring it on.
It's time to do it.
That's right. What do we do to get started here?
Well, to get started, we're going to blanch our green beans in some boiling water. Then I'm going to salt this a little. So we'll go ahead and fire these right in the pot here.
And we are cooking with natural gas today, so that's an added benefit with our dish.
It's definitely going to help us. When we go to the stir fry, you really need a powerful burner underneath there. Gas is very good for that, and to keep our water pot boiling at the rate that we need it.
Okay, so you're going to give us a crash course in mushroom cutting today, right?
Yeah, I thought for this particular dish, we're going to stir fry these over very, very high heat, and if I cut them into tiny little pieces, they would burn quickly. So we're going to cut these in fairly big pieces, but I have an assortment of mushrooms here. So like these little brown ones here, we can just cut into quarters. Shiitake mushroom here, you can see I've cut this one in half. It's going to be about the same size as the quarter of the cremini.
Okay.
Okay, and then like our oyster mushrooms, I cut into just these big wide strips here. So they have kind of the same mass as the other ones.
Okay.
This is a maitake
hen
of the woods mushroom. You can see this is a very pretty mushroom here, and then we'll cut these maybe into strips. All right, well, we've got our green beans are drained and ready to go. We're going to add some oil to the wok, and we're going to stir fry our mushrooms.
Okay.
Ready?
All right.
And we're going to stir fry them until we see the water start to come out of them, and then we'll start adding more ingredients.
Wow, that's something I've never heard of before.
You see how much smaller your pile of mushrooms is getting? Because we're cooking all that water out of there.
Wow.
And it's, believe it or not, this is probably a higher heat than you've ever cooked with. I think that we can go ahead and you see we're getting nice golden brown color across some of those. I think we can go ahead and if you want to put the garlic and shallots in there.
All right, garlic and shallots.
Uh-huh. And what we're going to do is we're going to stir fry these until they caramelize and they'll get really sweet. A really nice flavor complement to the mushrooms. You can put this on anything. You put this mixture right here on a steak, on a piece of fish, would be delicious. We will go ahead and get the beans in there.
Just dump it?
Dump it.
Okay.
Don't be afraid.
We are dumping it.
I'll give you your other spatula here.
Do you want to take over or do you want me to?
No, you're doing great. You're doing great. And you can go ahead and pour the sherry wine. That's the one right there. Mm-hmm.
We're not drinking it.
No, that's for cooking only.
That's right.
And we're going to let that cook for just a second to try to cook the alcohol vapors off, and then we're going to add some cream.
Ready for a little cream.
And then what I'm going to do, when we get that cream in there, go ahead and stir it a little bit. Okay, and what I'm going to do is plop the lid on there for just a second.
Okay.
You can put this right in the bowl if you want. And we're going to let the steam work on this now. So we've built all this heat into our wok, and we put it into our food, and now we're going to trap it with just a tiny little bit of steam and let these steam for just a minute, and then we'll take it off the heat. I can add the butter. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Now, stir.
You want to stir. So you can see it kind of reminds you a little bit of that green bean casserole, but we're a lot fresher, lighter tasting on this.
And we're not in a casserole dish either.
No.
Bring
all right, and now we're just going to move this right over to the platter.
Okay. And this is all for me.
All for you.
I'm going to eat all of it.
You said you were hungry.
Yes, I am.
Oh, we were going to put a little bit of these croutons on here.
Okay.
So we get a little bit of crispy on there.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Okay.
Isn't that lovely? So I'm going to get a little taste of this. And why don't you tell us where you're located for Clark's?
Our showcase locations are at 82nd and Allisonville Road and South US 31 just north of the Greenwood Mall.
Wonderful. And this is so good. You have to try this at home and share it with your friends. I may not share, but you can. Well, thank you, Chef Ben, for having us out today at Clark Appliance. Be sure to check us out on CNN Headline News or Comcast Video on Demand. Thank you so much for watching Chef's Choice with Citizens Gas, and happy holidays.